Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRC Historian. Today I'll be making my video on the 2011 Einstein Field. Now if you're wondering why the 2011 Einstein Field, here's why. Up until this point, what's interesting is that Team 177, if you do not know who they are, they actually were the team that held the record for the longest streak of division wins. They won 6 in a row, Bobcat Robotics, and the very last one that they won was this year in 2011. And they actually were the number one alliance's first pick of their division. Their division would win. So their division alliance would win, and then they would go on to the Einstein Field, where they would make it all the way to the finals, where they'd be beat out by another alliance. And what's also cool is that this alliance, that being of 254, 111, and 973, 254 and 111 actually teamed up in the 2001 championship, where here they became world finalists, where in 2011 they would become world champions, thus making off a feat that, for my knowledge, has only ever been done by 1678 winning the 2015 world championship and then being finalists in 2017. So that pair is one of two that have been both world champions and world finalists. Now let's move on to here. Let's move on to our 4 divisions. First off with Archimedes. The Archimedes division was won by the aforementioned alliance of 2016, 177, and 781. Now with this alliance we had the Mighty Monkey Wrenches, Bobcat, and then their second pick, Kinetic Knights. Now here, when we look at this, they were the number 1 alliance, they won. For any notices if you want to know, the number 1 alliance won, the 5th alliance won theirs, the 3rd alliance won the quarterfinals, and the 7th alliance. Now here, an interesting pairing of 1477 and 33 in the 5th alliance moved on and beat the number 4 alliance of 1014 and 2169. Now I mentioned this is because 33 and 1477 would be on opposite sides of the Einstein Finals in 2 years. Now, what you're interested in, the finalist alliance in here consisted of teams 2054, 330, and 3747. This number 3 alliance made it all the way to the finals without losing a match in the elims. However, they would lose by a significant margin in the first match and a smaller margin in the second match, only by 5 points, to this alliance of 2016, 177, and 781 in the Archimedes division. Now let's move on to the Curie division. Now the Curie division, in 2011, the first alliance didn't win. However, it was a sign of things to come. The captain was 1241 Theory 6, and they picked 2056 OP Robotics. These two teams would team up much later, both in 2017 and 2018, to great success, with them winning both the divisions and getting 3rd place in the round robin. However, this would be the first time that those two teams would team up at the World Championship. The number 1 alliance was 1241, 2056, and 368. Now, the second alliance was 1717, the Penguineers, 67, the Hot Team, and 2751. The 3rd alliance was 71 Hammond, 2826 Wave Robotics, and 103. 4th alliance was 364 Team Fusion, 1986 Titanium, and 365 the Miracle Workers. The 5th alliance was 987 the High Rollers, 968 and 51 the Wings of Fire. Alliance number 6 was 1983, 1519, and 2363. The 7th alliance was 2996, 1625, and 1559, and the 8th alliance was 1675, 1678, and 245. Why do I mention all the teams? Because this was what I call a very powerful division. There were some very wonderful teams in here all throughout the alliances. Now the alliance that would take would be the number 5 alliance, that consisting of teams 987, 968, and 51. 987 was a 2009 world champion. Them alongside teams 968 and 51 would go on to would win their division, upsetting the number 1 alliance, the aforementioned 1241, 368, and 2056. And then they would go on to best the number 3 alliance of 71, 28, 26, and 103 to become the champions here. Let's move on to the Galileo. Now in Galileo, there are also some great alliances in here as well. Number 1 alliance, 1771, 1114 Symbiotics, 294. 2nd alliance, which would become champions, 254, 111, and 973. 399, 40, and 175 for your 3rd. 4th alliance, 469, 610, and 188. 5th alliance, 694, 195, and 341. That's an alliance that if they would team up again now would be interesting to see. Alliance number 6, 2337, 548, and 70. Alliance 7, 2137, 967, and 935. And then following up with 1706, 1056, and 1218. Now here, if you want to know, the alliance who won this was, of course, the number 2 alliance, only actually losing 1 match, that being finals match 1, against the alliance of 610, 188, and 469, where here they would win the next 2, becoming the champions of their division. Now let's move on to the Newton division. Now for Newton, the alliance who would win this would actually be the number 7 alliance. This is also an interesting one. If you did not know, in the history of FRC, only 3 divisions have ever been won by the 7th alliance. One other interesting factor is that of those 3 divisions, all 3 of them were captained by the exact same team. That being 217, the Thunder Chickens out of Michigan. In 2009, in 2011, and in 2016, Team 217 captained the number 7th alliance of their division that won. Here being Newton. The number 1 alliance was 3138, 233, and 1801. 2, 1676, 2415, 1732. Alliance number 3, 148, 234, 2481. Alliance 4, 78, 1538, and 494. Alliance 5, 16, 27, and 842. Alliance 6, 17, 30, 21, 22, and 11. Then Alliance 7, 217, 1503, and 25. Then Alliance number 8, 34, 56, 525, and 2046. The interesting thing about here is that 217 moved all the way down to Alliance number 7, not wanting to be a part of a higher alliance, where here there'd be teams 1503 and 25. And working some magic, this alliance would do very well, winning every single match of the playoffs, going 6-0, where they would best the number 2 alliance. Then they would best the number 6 alliance, who actually upset the number 3, and then they would win against the number 1 alliance with some very high margins in there, scoring 106 in each finals match, and moving on to the Einstein Field. Now let's get back to Einstein. Now in the Einstein Field, here, there was, first off, you'd have the alliance, you'd have the Newton division against the Galileo division. Now with Newton and Galileo, what's interesting about this Einstein Field was that it's very, very similar to some other ones where there were no third matches. They were 1 and 2 for both the semis, both sets of semis, and both finals. So here, you'd have the Galileo division win both semifinals, 119 to 104 and 136 to 72, with 136 not being matched until the absolute finals as the highest score. Then you'd have the next up, you have the Archimedes and Curie division. The Archimedes would take the first match, going 112 to 107, and then the second match 130 to 97. Now you have it matched up 2 alliances, one captained by 254, 111, and 973, and then in the alliance of 2016, 177 and 781. 254 had been to the Einstein Finals twice before. They had done well and got out in the finals. Now they wanted to win. They wanted to win their first world championship. 111 had won before, and they were looking forward to here try and win the championship. Now with 254 and 973 was another great team, a complement of their second bot who wanted to win a world championship. On the other side, you have 2016. You have 177 who's won every single division for the last 6 years, including this one, and they want to win another championship. And then you have 781, a great second pick yet again. The first Einstein Finals would be won by the Galileo division, with 254, 111, and 973 coming out on top. And then you'd have the second match also being won, 136 to 91. First match, 147 to 79, a very high margin. And then 136 to 91, again, another high margin, with the Galileo division winning the world championship. 254 winning their first world championship, 111 and 973 also winning the world championship, concluding the 2011 Einstein Field. Thank you all for watching. If you have any ideas of what you'd like me to do, I will include that vote yet again, so I want to see what you guys want to see. Also comment any ideas you have in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. This has been the FRC Historian.